Now time to take a look at Montreal Comiccon, a familiar face on the Montreal music scene and a familiar voice to Montreal radio listeners. Jason Rockman, good morning.
Good morning.
You've been involved with Montreal Comiccon for quite some time.
Yeah, since the beginning.
Yeah, listen, just tell me why you love it. Tell me why this is something that's you're so passionate about.
I mean, I grew up on this stuff. I've been a comic collector my whole life. I'm into all the pop culture genres. Yeah. So for me, an event like this is just a celebration of all geekness. You know, some people go to football games, they go to hockey games. I go to Comic-Con.
And I think, you know, it's obviously it's changed. Like now it's changed so much, and it's been changed for so long. It's almost old hat to say this.
Yeah.
But really, Comic-Con is about everything pop culture.
Yeah.
And you know, what people talk about every time they go to work. What do we talk about? The TV shows they're watching, that kind of stuff. And this is what you're going to find at Comic-Con, right?
Well, yeah, and all the biggest entertainment right now, you know, all the blockbuster movies all have something to do with pop culture and with geekdom. So it's kind of a fun time to be a geek. You know, you don't have to hide under a rock anymore and go, I collect comics or I collect movies. It's really a time to celebrate it.
Everyone is completely out with that, right?
Yes,
I mean, like
yes.
whether they're going out and doing cosplay, yeah. They're doing that or whatever they want. They're being passionate about it. And also, you know what also is changing? You know, the talent. Look at this, by the way. What a great lineup you've got this year.
We were talking about that before we went on. I mean, I look at the lineup and I'm like, wow, the first line's crazy. And then you look at the back and it's like, this year's insane.
It used to be the actors, actresses, everyone who's involved in this stuff would be shying away from getting close to the fans. Now they love it, they embrace it. So tell me about those interactions you get at Comic-Con.
You know, if you're a fan of a certain show, like I'm a big X-Files fan. You know, the chance to go up to David Duchovny, shake his hand, take a picture with him, get an autograph, tell him how much the show meant to you. And they're all willing and able and happy to be there. They're participating because they want to be there. So it's a really nice fan star interactive moment that you can't really replicate anywhere else.
How do you go about creating a lineup for one of these affairs? You know, obviously you want to sort of touch all the bases, right? You know, like Pamela Anderson's coming this year, right? Yeah. Like, what do you say, like, when you say, okay, I want someone from this sort of iconic, let's say a 90s TV show, now I want someone who's really current. How do you formulate that lineup?
I'd love to give you the recipe, but I really...
It's a secret sauce.
But it's hats off to the programming department. Yeah. They do an incredible job, and this year, being the 10th anniversary, they really went above and beyond anything I ever expected. Did
you think you'd make 10 years? 10 years ago, did you think, okay, yeah, we're going to make it to 10 years? Like, did you know?
When I started, I was just freelancing for a newspaper, and I just wanted to get in for free. And I said, I'd write an article if you give me free tickets. Yeah. And then this position just kind of morphed into itself. And no, I mean, it's right in my wheelhouse.
Also, I got to mention, Val Kilmer's showing up here. Yeah. Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris, the baddest man on the planet.
Okay, but isn't the story of Chuck Norris so interesting? Like, why do you think Chuck Norris is so popular at these events? Was it actually his career? Was it how the internet created the legend of his career? What's your take on that?
I think Chuck Norris was one of these actors that had a fairly successsul career, but he was a bit past dated. And then these internet memes started, and then his reputation of being the baddest man on the planet, and you know, the Earth doesn't move, Chuck Norris moves the Earth. All these things started happening, and he just became an internet sensation, and he got a new life. And it's crazy how excited people are for Chuck Norris.
Jason, it's all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. If someone's going to buy a ticket for these 3 days, what's the gamut? What are they going to experience here?
Well, you know, what I always say to people, if you've never been to Comic-Con, make sure you download the app. It gives you a chance to plan out your weekend. I think if you go to Comic-Con, go with an open mind. If you've never been before, make sure you participate in all the stuff that's going on. There's a main room where you can shop, and there's autographs and all that, but you can go to the Q&As, which are all included in your price of admission, and you can see all of these people tell incredible stories, and it's a great way to get a load off, to sit down. Cosplay pictures are fun.
And I absolutely love the Q&A sessions where the fans get to ask these questions. You know, listen, I'm a big Star Trek guy. It's no secret here to viewers of BTA 11 Star Trek. You got Sonequa Martin Green, the lead from Star Trek Discovery, also Doug Jones.
Doug Jones, who was just added to the cast as well.
I mean, that's pretty incredible. And of course, they filmed Star Trek out there in Toronto, so I'm sure these people have an affinity to Canada.
They do.
How fast can you guys act on that stuff? You know, Star Trek Discovery just started. How quick can you get, okay, this is a hit to getting someone here?
Fairly quickly. I mean, the offers that we put out, that the programming department put out to guests, we put out a lot of them, and obviously it's all depending on schedules. These shows pop up all over the world, so it's hard to get the exact guest list that you want. And the fact that they managed to do this it blows my mind.
Do you have one little gem that you can share with us from this weekend that maybe it's under the radar that you think is going to be super special?
I think the X-Files event on Saturday is going to be through the roof.
Amazing. Well, you heard it here first. Jason Rockman, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The X-Files event, going to be a big one. David Duchovny, and boy, a show from when I was a teenager. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
This is Jason Rockman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come on back real soon, and we'll see you this weekend at Montreal Comiccon. Well, you're watching BT. News headlines are coming up next.